Welcome to the Personal Development Mastery Podcast. Stand out, don't fit in. Welcome to the Personal Development Mastery Podcast. Today I have the real pleasure to be speaking with a worldwide body coach and a certified personal trainer. She is a fitness model living in Dubai and a motivational speaker who has done a TEDx talk. Kim Box, welcome to the show. It's a real pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Hello from Dubai. It's a pleasure to speak to you too.
Awesome. Kim, I want to ask this conversation by asking you to share with us one or two of your key defining moments or milestones in your life that have led you to where you are at the moment.
Okay. So the biggest change in my life was when I was 16 years old, a couple of days after my birthday. It was late at night and I was asleep, and suddenly I heard a sound. I'd never heard anything like it. And I woke up and I was so scared. My heart was beating. Slowly I got back to sleep, and then there was a knock on the door, and it was my mum. She had some news. And she told me my brother Billy, he had been killed in a car accident. And that took me down. Like, I never knew what to do. I felt like I was in darkness. So obviously days went past, and then my mum come back to my room and she said to me, everything's going to be okay. Your dad and I, we have you to live for. And then it made me realize I have a purpose for living other than myself. And I have a choice. I could either give up or I could move forward and do my best and just give my all to just start progressing in my life again. And I knew my parents were living for me. So if I give up, obviously they would stop. And I knew if I kept moving forward as a 16-year-old, going back to school, trying her best, they would have no choice but to move forward as well, because you know, they're watching me, they're living for me. So I need to role model my behavior so they can move forward as well. So for me to be strong, if I can help them, it gives me even more energy to get up and go. And I made a promise as well. If you were going to see me, you're going to see me for who I am, because I'm ready to change who I'm not. So obviously going back to school, I wanted to be focused. I wanted to get my grades. I just wanted to be the best ever version of me. And also another promise, no matter how hard it gets, I would never ever give up in anything. If I wanted it, I would never give up. And I learned so much, you know, from when you fail, obviously it's a stepping stone to success. And if you're not failing, you're not seeking high enough. You know, there is always another level. If you've got more time, you can always gain more, do more, give more, and become the best version of you. And I also realize that I am the center. So right now I help so many people. And if I'm the best version of me, it means I can give so much more. So some people, they look at different individuals in the gym and they think, oh, you're selfish. You only you take care of you. You don't care about anyone else. But if they realize when you take care of you and you're the best version of you, you can give so much more. And instead of wasting energy, worrying, complaining, like if you can just find solutions. So say if you're not happy with yourself, you're worried about your health, your appearance. If you can look for the solutions and start removing all that worry, all that doubt, all that fear, you actually save so much more energy and you can give so much more to the people around you. You inspire them, you motivate them. Again, you role model your behavior and they can start following you. And that's what we want, don't we? So, like being positive, it's more about, I'm not leading people. Like I lead people with them by my side, because each and every single one of us, we all have a special gift and we can all help each other. So it's more like a positive community. And the more people you gain, obviously, the more powerful it gets. And that's the way I feel with my family, my friends, my clients, everyone that enters my life. We all add value to each other, and everyone gives. This is what I feel like right now. Everyone is so giving, like no one expects anything. If someone falls, someone picks them up. Like, it's amazing, and it makes me feel almost unbreakable because the people who I've now got around me. But I've gone through so many different, like you said, milestones in my life. One right now that I know is only going to make me stronger, because I believe every new experience enables you to cope better in, whatever's ahead. I actually feel like I've gone through this before. When I first come to Dubai, this is another massive change. So
actually, that was my next question. I wanted to ask you. So, what made you move to Dubai? And obviously, I want you to share some of the challenges, because it's been in another country. I have personal experience. It does come with some big challenges. So, what made you move to Dubai in the first place?
So I was very happy in the UK. I had my business running and amazing people all around me, but I felt like I needed a new challenge. And I did go on holiday to Dubai to visit my friend. And I said to her, the moment I was there, I said, I'm going to be here. I don't know when, but I can see it. I'm going to be here. I love it here. And I have such a strong feeling. When you meet so many different people, it's just a whole new experience. And like I said, with new experience and challenge, you grow. And that makes me excited. When I was at home, I felt like I needed to be challenged. I want to learn. Like, who am I? I get so excited because I'm here right now. I'm thinking, who am I going to meet? Who am I going to speak to? What am I going to learn today? Like, every day is a new experience. Like, I'm in a world I've never been in. So when I come here, I pretty much just come with my suitcase. My plan was, okay, day one, I'm going to open up my business, and you have to spend a good amount of money to even open up a business. And then from that step, I will find accommodation. So I never even had a home. Like, I had nothing. I just had my case. I come on the plane. I had my plan in my head, and everything went wrong because it's Murphy's Law, isn't it? Everything that could go wrong went wrong. So I went to open up my company. I couldn't open it up. There was a problem with the paperwork. So I had to send it home to my dad and give him instructions. But obviously, after finding out I couldn't open up my company, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to work? What am I going to do? I can't start until I set this up properly. So I was with my case, and I couldn't, the plan was, just before trying to open up the company, I met someone to look around at accommodation, sharing, you get your own room, but that's enough. That's all I need. Step by step, I'll build myself out of anything. So after, I couldn't commit to even a month because I never knew when I could start to work. So I sat down at Starbucks and I was thinking, right, I need solutions right now. So, okay, Airbnb, booked Airbnb 1 week. During that time, I can empty out my case and start thinking, right, I need to do this, solutions, look for solutions. There was no time to moan, cry, anything. I just had to find solutions because, you know what I believe? There is only plan A. And I have come here and I am staying in Dubai and I am not going home. So I booked Airbnb. I went to the first place and it was not this place. It was a complete, oh my God. I don't even want the memories coming back. But I said to them, no, this is not the place. Please, can I have a refund? So I got a refund. I actually went back to Starbucks. It was about 8 p.m. And then I found another place. Perfect. Went there.
On the same day?
Same day. I had nowhere else to go.
Okay.
So I went to the next place and it was nice, a family, and I had my own room. So I unpacked, I had a shower, and then I'm always hungry, had to cook my food. Just when I was about to cook my food, the mum of the family said to me, "No, Kim, you can't cook that." And I was like, "What? What's wrong? It's chicken." And she said, "No, we're vegetarians." And I was like, "Oh, my apologies. I never knew." And I was thinking, "Oh my God, I'm here a week. Should I live on eggs I was thinking, right, solutions. What can I do? I need somewhere. And I thought, you know what? You never stated this like in the description. Please, can I have a refund and I'll find somewhere else? Because I'm so respectful, like everyone's different and I don't want to cause any trouble. And she did actually say to me, "Kim, it's fine." And I said, "No, it's not fair. Please, can I have a refund and I'll find a new place?" So it was about, I had my shower anyway. I was all clean. So I packed up my stuff. I went back to Starbucks. It was shut now. It was about 12 at night.
Right.
And so at this, I needed to actually feed back to my clients at home. No one knew what was going on because sometimes everything, I was fine. Like, I wasn't concerned. I wasn't worried. I was safe. But I knew if I said to anyone, they might create worries
Yeah.
and put them in my head. And like, all I was thinking, right, I need to do this. All I need, first step, I need accommodation. I need shelter.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I was at Starbucks again. I phoned the person that took me around earlier, showing me the apartments to stay for a month. And he come and met me. I just said, "Can I have some help? Is there anywhere available for 1 week? Like, I'll pay you straight away." And he said, "Let me come and meet you and we'll have a look around." So he was phoning people. And then suddenly he said, "Kim, I've got something." So we walked there. It was only a short distance. It was in JBR. And we got to the room, shared accommodation. You shared the kitchen. And we got to the room and it had it had no mattress. It was completely empty because they were getting rid of all this accommodation within the
Mm-hmm.
next week. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Don't, it's perfect. I'll take it."
I was worried now that you would say me, "I want a refund and I'm going to look for something else." That must have been a day, a hell
It
of a
was
day.
about 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And then he said, "No, Kim, like, you need somewhere. You can't sleep on a wooden bed." So we found the mattress. He put it on. It never even fit, but it was fine. And I said to him, "Right, thank you very much. I'm going to go to bed now." So I had my stuff and I actually looked out the window.
Mm-hmm.
And on my phone, when I went for my first holiday in Dubai, I put a screensaver
Yeah.
on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and one part was Atlantis. And there's three parts to this. One part was Atlantis. And when I looked out the window, there was Atlantis, the exact picture. And I was like, "Oh my God, I've made it." Even, even though I never had no business set up, I
Yeah.
never had no work,
Yeah.
but I had my shelter. That was
Mm-hmm.
step one. And then
Mm-hmm.
I was like, right, let's go. Next step. So then obviously the paperwork and, step by step building your way out.
Yeah, that's great. I remember your TED talk last year in Chelmsford, where you were talking about not giving up, which is your own unique ability or superpower, as you called it at that time. And this story that you're sharing now really shows that persistence of carrying on, because that's what you wanted to do, and you wouldn't let inconveniences or things that were in the way stop you. You just what you said about finding solutions and not having time to moan and complain. I think that's a very important and way of thinking, of way of going through life,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well, I believe that you can create whatever you want and you can achieve whatever you want. But most people, they set a goal, but they look at the top and they start getting overwhelmed and, they start and then they look too far up and think, "Oh, it's too far, it's too hard." And then they give up. And when you give up, it's guaranteeing nothing will ever change. But if you just look at the first step, just look at the first step and then just keep going. You might not get up it first of all, because obviously if you want more in your life, it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, it means you've already done it. It needs to be hard. If you want to grow, if you want to learn, get better, wiser, more experienced, you have to step out of your comfort zone. And that can be the tiniest step. Like, for any individual, everyone is different. As long as they look for that, a baby step, it doesn't matter how big it is. And every time they fail, you learn to catch yourself, and you'll never forget that. And when you go again and again and again, eventually you get up that step and you actually learn what it feels like to win. Because if you just do it, it doesn't feel good, does it? But if you reflect back in your life, them hard times when you keep going and going and going, and then eventually you get up that step, you feel so satisfied. And then you're like, okay, next step, keep focusing and just keep going. And it's just a simple choice. You give up, nothing will ever change. But if you keep going, every time you fall, you learn. And you have nothing to lose. And I'm not scared, like looking a fool. Whenever I start something new, of course, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to look stupid. If people have time to watch, they're not focusing on their own life. So, like for me, I'm just like, okay, watch me. I must be so entertaining that you're not actually working on your life. So I keep going. And of course, like, experience tend to repeat themselves. So, when I went to school and went back, focused on my exams, a lot of the children, they would say, oh, all you do is go to after school clubs and this. Are you not bored? And I'm thinking, why do you worry about me? Like, I want the best life. I'm going to stay focused and, I'm going to get the best I possibly can. And then from there, when I started working on my body, I look completely different. You see my picture, I look like a boy. I look like an overweight boy. But, you focus on your first step and you keep going, you keep improving. And, everyone on this planet, we're all the same. We're ordinary. But if you keep putting the extra again and again and again, what does that make? Extraordinary. And there's no finish line. Wherever you get to, there is always another level. And the way I am, like, it's contagious. So people see it. Like, if I can do it, they can do it too. It's possible for anyone. So with my clients, I like to role model these behaviors. And honestly, they are phenomenal. Their transformations, the stories, incredible. But it's just through like going and going. You don't just get there. It is hard. And when you get there, it's about the stamina. If you don't keep it up, it's all taken away. But what I believe, whatever you want, it is exactly the same. You just set a goal and you just take it step by step. It's like a mountain. You don't look at the top of the mountain. You take the first step and you just keep going. It might take 1 month, 1 year, 10 years. It doesn't matter. If you're making progress, that is amazing. Eventually, you'll get to the top of that mountain. And when you're there, what next? You look for a bigger mountain to climb.
That's how, yes, most people that are the achievers in life, they look at it like that. But I find it fascinating the way that you describe this concept of growing step by step and just looking one step ahead of you rather than looking at the very end, which can be overwhelming. Because it might be completely difficult, or you don't know how you can achieve that. So yes,
as well, I believe that if you're looking too far ahead, I always talk about the unexpected problems. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So whenever I'm working with people, we set a goal and then we come back to the present time. We do not know what's happening tomorrow. For example, Corona, who knew about that? so unexpected, and it is affecting the whole world. So, we don't just stop. We've got a goal. We don't just stop. We look for the best possible solution. And there's no such thing as perfection. There never is. You look for the best possible solution. And with that, eventually, you're still taking steps. This new experience, when this happened in Dubai, all the gyms shut before in the UK, obviously, that's a massive part of my business. But I wasn't concerned one bit, because when I come to Dubai, like I said, it's like you relive. When I come to Dubai, I gave up everything to start from zero again. And I was fine with that, because I don't need things. Like, to me, it's so much more. I come here to help people, to add value, to be able to give back to my family and actually give them more experiences. So when all the gyms shut, like, I was in a better position than when I first come here, because now I've got shelter. I've got enough money for food.
Yeah.
I've got clients to work with. My main concern when everything's shut, right, I need to get everyone on track. I need to make sure they're confident in what they have to do. Like, they can't give up. They need to realize this is the opportunity to grow and learn. If you stop, you're just going to be filled with regret. So I wasn't concerned about me. It was more about, are my family okay? Are my friends okay? My clients, I need to evolve and improve my services now, because when the world changes, I have to as well. I can't wait, because waiting is a waste of time. I need to give the best service. You do not pay for an average service, do you? You don't buy an average meal. You don't watch an average film. You pay for the best. And the only way to provide the best, I need to learn. And to me anyway, every day is a learning day. So from the first day, I put myself on 2 courses, even though I never knew if I'll be earning within, I don't know, a month, 2 months. We don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I knew what I could offer. And my main priority was making sure everyone stayed on track. Everyone kept moving forward, because I know I can help people, but I had to find a way to be able to give this in what I do. And obviously, when you give, everything comes back in return anyway. My clients are smashing it. They are doing so amazing. At home, we're actually working on Zoom, doing personal training sessions, seminars. I'm doing a podcast with you now. This experience is making me, because I choose to. It's a challenge. And you know what? In the future, this might happen again. I'll have solutions and I'll only get better, because, I can learn even more. I am more prepared. But if I just waited, nothing would ever change.
Yeah.
We have to be excited about the challenge, about what could happen. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but if we never had them downs, it wouldn't feel so good when we are up. If it was just, this is, to me, it's positive. I find a light in every dark tunnel. At the end of this, so many people are going to be like, as long as they keep going, they'll be so proud, so grateful. Can you imagine, when we're allowed out and we're allowed to see our family and travel? Oh my God, when I can go back to the gym. Like, it's nice, it's exciting. But it's also like, I like a challenge. I'm thinking, come on, give it to me. Everything you give me, I'm just going to keep going. I'll go down swinging and then I'll get back up again. Like, this is the choice. I'm going to repeat again. If you give up, nothing will ever happen.
I love it. I love this.
If you keep going, you're guaranteeing you're going to make progress, and eventually you will overcome. It's simple.
It's a very great outlook on life, and a mentality that I wish more people would use. Kim, I wanted to ask, going back to your speech again about your superpower, obviously being not giving up, and
No, that's not my superpower.
is it not? All
No,
right.
no, no. No, my superpower is just being me. That is
Okay.
it.
Right.
Every single person has a superpower.
Sure.
Every single person is different. They're unique. And all they have to be is themselves. And then suddenly everything will start progressing to whatever they want. Many people here, they edit their personality to please other people. And it's never going to make them happy. And when you edit yourself, you attract the wrong people towards you. Another one, people, they sort of edit what they have and they buy stuff that they don't even need. And when they realize like none of this actually matters, like your superpower is being you. And when you can be you, believe in you, surround yourself like with the people that love you for you, your life will change. That is your superpower, just being you. It's simple.
Tell me, being you, in the sense of not being worried about other people's judgment, or when you say being you, can you expand on it a little bit? What exactly do you mean?
So being you, not being afraid to do what you love and not being afraid to speak about what you believe in. As long as you're not hurting anyone, obviously we need to be respectful, we need to be good. But if you actually, most people that I tend to work with, when they come to me, whatever they want, usually it's stopped because I don't know, they're worried about what other people will say or if they would laugh or, but if they just focused on becoming them, like their enemy is outside and inside because they're worrying. When they face the enemy within, suddenly everything on the outside doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Whatever you do in this life, someone's going to say something. So you might as well be you. Whatever you do. And who cares? I said I'm not afraid to be the fool. If I do something and someone laughs, who cares? What are they doing? Because I know, people have laughed at me in the past when I first entered my bikini fitness competition. And people judge me from my starting point, but that's not my finish point. We all start somewhere. And I remember people, saying comments straight to my face, "You're not really the type for a bikini competition." And I was thinking, of course I'm not right now, but when I get there, I'm going to be the best I've ever been. And you keep going. First of all, people point, they'll talk about you, they'll laugh at you. And then suddenly when you get there, they're like, "Hey, can I have some help?" But for me, I always keep my character. And of course, like people have learned, if they're asking for help, then why not? I'll help you. We all change, we all learn. No, to me, no one's a bad person, no one. And if I get any negativity in my life, like anyone that's negative or tries to bring me down, first of all, they don't affect me because I am so focused on my journey and I don't have that energy to stop, retaliate, to get angry, because that's only slowing me down. But, with this, it makes me appreciate who I have got, because my friends, my family, everyone around me, they do not laugh at me. They want me to be my best. We all have different interests, and that doesn't matter. We support each other. Like everyone is different, and you should be you and just be proud.
Fantastic. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Kim, I wanted a quick comment. I'm going to change slightly the topic about the adapting with the coronavirus and the lockdown. You were telling me earlier that in Dubai you have a 24-hour lockdown.
Yeah.
So that's for me, I don't even know how you can do it. I mean, we can in the UK, we can go out
Yeah.
fairly liberally. I mean, it's not any very hard restrictions. It's mainly to each one's way of, respecting what's going on. But so how do you cope with 24 hours at home?
To me, when people say to me, how do I cope? I'm thinking, no, I just accept and I overcome and I adapt and I
Awesome.
learn.
Awesome.
Like, I'm never coping. I'm always trying my best. But for me, as long as my family, friends, they're safe, they're happy, then I'm fine. You could take everything away from me. When the gym's shut, fine, I'll adapt. I'll do my home workouts. Day one, okay, dumbbells, got what I need. I've adapted. And then obviously reaching out to my clients, making sure they're on track. Okay, they're on track. Okay, now I need to role model. I need to show them the way. And yes, it is 24-hour lockdown, so we cannot go out, not for anything. Even food, we have to go online, we have to ask for permission, set the time, and then we need approval. Obviously, once we get approval, we can go to the shop, get groceries, keep the receipt as well for proof.
Yeah.
But for me, this is what I see. I am so proud to be here because if they are strict, like anything, you will get to your goal quicker. And there's no gray area. If people are out and they don't have permission, then they'll get caught. They'll get a fine. And it helps keep everyone on track. And like with anything, if you've got a goal and you put your 100% in, you're going to get there quicker. And it's like a team spirit. In the UAE, everyone is supporting this. Like, I don't really hear people complaining. Everyone is like, right, guys, we need to stay in. They're helping each other, reaching out. Does anyone need help? Everyone got what you want. And if we can do this, we'll get through it faster if we do it together. And this is the main lesson from the virus. Like, we need to work together to get through this. And if someone is letting the side down, then they are selfish. It's not fair. It's a very positive culture here. So they will give their everything to get to that goal quicker. And for me, sometimes I look at the UK and I think, oh my God, why are people out? Why are they messing around? Why are they seeing people? This is bad. This is not good. I'm so proud. Like, I want it to be strict. I haven't seen anyone since, I think, the 16th of March. So it's over a month now. I haven't seen anyone. Even one of my best friends, she lives above me in the building. We can't see each other. And we're not, because it's the law. We can't see each other. So we're not going to. And, look, we've got technology. I actually feel like I can touch you right now. It feels like I'm with a human.
Yeah.
And I've been working with my clients all around the world, in America, in France, in UK. And I feel like I'm with the person. Like this, it makes you appreciate, like, in the past, we never had this. And staying at home, to me, I'm staying at home. I'm safe. There are extraordinary people risking their lives out there, going out. They're not complaining. They're doing their job, like saving lives. How can I complain?
Yeah.
And there's also people that they have less than me. Some are struggling to even eat. They don't have enough food. Some, they live in the smallest room. Some people as well, they live in shared accommodation. So there could be about 10, 16 people in one room, and they have to stay like that. How can I complain?
Absolutely.
I am grateful. And like I said, as long as my family, my friends, everyone's safe, it's all good. I can, like I always say to people, if there's not a way, I will create one, because I will never give up.
That is something that I really get from you, that mentality of not giving up, which is great. And what you said about the connectivity, this certainly this social distancing, I'm just using the term as it has been described, certainly has created a much more intense virtual connection between people with technology. Kim, I wanted to also to ask you some quick fire questions, which is the first one, which I always ask because it is a personal development podcast. So what does personal development mean to you?
So personal development means to me becoming my best so I can give more to people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that doesn't mean doing exactly what I want to do. I try to find out what I need to become in order to give more to people,
Mm-hmm.
to provide the best service for their needs. Every single person is different. Every single time I meet a person, like to transform their body, their life, I need to learn because everyone has their own unique journey. So sometimes in the past, maybe develop my nutrition because I had a vegan client. So I would invest, learn more so I could give more. You know, whatever weakness I find, I will develop it and make it as strong as possible so I can give the best possible, service. Like this right now, I said to you when Corona happened and everything shut down, straight away, okay, what are the solutions? How can I develop myself to overcome this? I wouldn't normally pick this, but I am now because it will enable me to give so much more to everyone around me.
Yeah.
That is personal development to me.
Sure. That's great. And what does success mean to you?
So success means to me when it's not about what I become, it's about, there's more to it. What I become, what I can give to other people is success to me. There are so many people that say, I've done this and this and this. But what have you given to another person? That's simple. Everyone can get achievements and do this, but how can they actually use that now to benefit people? And it's amazing, when you can give it to loved ones and, clients, but when you can give it to strangers as well, that is success to me. And that's what I want to do. I want to reach out to people I don't even know. And I may not hear about it, but if I can help change their life, then that is success.
Awesome. Fantastic. Kim, if you could go back in time and meet your 18-year-old self, what's the one piece of advice you would give her?
I wouldn't ever change anything because I believe everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
I would just say appreciate and value everything you go through. Because sometimes I think I wish I could go back to feel that moment again and appreciate it, but I never want to change it. And I believe that when you fill yourself with gratitude, you become unstoppable. So that's what I would give, because, we only learn through experience, and every day in a year from now, I'm going to be so much stronger because with more time, that's what happens as long as you seek out to become who you are meant to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to stop, appreciate, be grateful.
Fantastic. And let's say you had a magic wand and you could change something in the world as it is today. Well, what would you change?
Just overcome, what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take away the problem. I would give people the power to overcome it. So we had the solution in place, because if you take it away, no one's learned anything. There's no experience. But this can be it can be very beneficial. if this happens again, we're going to be more prepared. And I'm sure after this, they will review everything and think, how could we be more effective? They will look at different countries, like, how did this work? Or this never, take this away, and they will get better. But I would wave my magic wand and just give them everything they need to overcome this. Because I don't like seeing people struggle, people in pain,
of course.
people not knowing, people like, you know, they have families and they can't feed them. Like, it's not good. So if I could just give them the power to overcome, that's what I would do right now.
That's great. Thank you. Kim, do you have any, have you had any major aha moments the last year or so that you would like to share with us?
I think after TEDx, that was a major breakthrough for me. So that was a year ago.
Yeah.
And I faced something, and you know what? I had never, ever spoke on stage. I had no experience, but I knew, you know, we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
And before, I told a couple of people, because like I said before, sometimes people can speak you out of it and they can give you too much worry. And I was already doing that to myself. I was like, oh my God, say if I stop, like, you know, all that doubt, all that worry. But when I spoke to some people, you know, this was a breakthrough as well, actually realizing how much, you know, the people I surround myself by, they believe in me and they wouldn't let me give up. And they just reinforced what I would say to them. And like I said to you at the beginning, there is no one stronger. Everyone is different. Everyone has different strengths, and we all complement each other. We all become more powerful together. So first of all, that was a breakthrough, actually realizing, wow, these people, without them, I probably wouldn't have done it. But, you know, they kept going on at me. Come on, you need to practice. You need to prepare. If you prepare, you're going to be fine. And I kept going and going. And when I did it, like, that was a breakthrough. I did my first ever public speaking, and so many people were coming to me asking questions, and they were saying, so where have you spoke? And I was like, this is my first one. They were like, what?
You went straight into the deep end.
Straight into it. But when you go straight for the deep end, you learn. You know, if you jump in, you got to find a way to swim.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And that was a major breakthrough. And we are waiting for the video patiently. But whatever happens, that is my starting point.
Yeah.
What next? You know, there's always what next? How can I improve? Sure. And, you know, there's no stopping. We can always get better.
Yeah. Awesome. Kim, is there anything that you were hoping I would ask you today and I completely missed it?
Maybe, why did I decide to transform? Because if you see my past pictures, I look so different, but we all start somewhere. Yeah. So I was actually a teacher for 5 years, and when the young children, they were coming up, they were not happy. And I found, you know how I said it's all about becoming you? You know, that is your superpower. And what I found, all the children, they would take pictures and they would go on their phone and edit them so they don't look nothing like themselves. And at the end of the day, this edit, is that going to make you happy? And they would spend a lot of time on that. And then when I actually looked at me, their role model, I wasn't happy. So, okay, I need to find a solution. And you know, you say about jumping in the deep end, it's my favorite. I needed to set a goal because I need direction. There is no point doing anything unless you've got direction to actually enable me to become happy, proud, and be the role model for these children. So I'm going to do a bikini fitness competition. And of course, everyone's like, what? You're doing that? And yeah, I took my first step. and started changing myself, and I started to feel good. You know, when you see the progress, you're like, oh, I want this more. I'm going to keep going. And the children, I told them what I was doing so they could see. And I was teaching them, you know, stop messing about on your phone, start working on you, spend that time on you. Whatever you want to become, you can do it. But you need to actually focus your energy on that goal and take a step. So, you know, over time I did my competition and I got a trophy. And on that journey, so many of the children, they started to change their lifestyle habits. They realized, you know, if Miss can do it, then they can too. They can do anything. And on my journey as well, there were many people that said, oh, you can't do that. You don't say that to people. You never, ever say to someone, you can't do that, because they can. And when people say that, it's their limits because they can't do it.
Absolutely.
And it kind of fuels me, because every time someone says they can't do it, I'm like, well, what if? What if I do it? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try my best. And at the end of it, even, you know, like I might not win a trophy, but I'm going to be my best. And then from there, I've got a benchmark so I can go again. But it's not all about that. It's about when you become who you are meant to be, the best ever version, it motivates everyone around you. It inspires them. If you can do it, then so can they. Like suddenly they see what was thought impossible becomes possible. You know, it gives that, just that extra energy. And that's what I want to do. I want to show people that they can achieve whatever they want.
Sure.
Whatever they want, not what I want.
Absolutely.
Because some people say to me, especially with body transformation, they say, Kim, what do you think? And I'm like, no, what would make you happy?
Absolutely.
Everyone's happiness, success, fulfillment, it is unique to them. And when they actually start realizing what they want and taking them steps, you know, their life changes. Everything changes around them. They become inspiring. My clients are so inspiring to their family, to their friends. I get word of mouth because people, they see their change and then they realize they can do it. And even if they don't work with me, they start changing their lifestyle. This is what it's all about, inspiring everyone. And the more people you help, like the more people I help, the more they help. I have clients now, they're personal trainers. They're changing people's lives in their own special way. Everyone has their own unique gift. And once they find it, honestly, they can change the world.
Fantastic. That's great. How can people find out more about you and connect with you, Kim?
So I'm developing different platforms at the moment, but I work at the moment, at this present time, it's more about online because all the gyms are shut. Sure. I do online transformation. I've always completed this all over the world, but now obviously I can do so much more. We're working on Zoom. I'm living at home. I might be in the bedroom or the kitchen, so I'm very flexible. And all the timings are so different all around the world. But people can connect on social media, obviously phone, email. I'm rebuilding my website at this present time.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. It was a real pleasure speaking with you today, Kim. I really enjoyed not just a conversation, but your mentality. It's something that I personally agree with. I can relate to that, and it's great to share that and help other people get into that way of thinking. So thank you very much for that. Any parting words?
Just whatever you want to become, just do it. And don't waste time. There is never, ever a perfect time. The perfect time is right now. And just take that first step. You know, just start. That is it. Just start. Whatever you want, just start. And don't worry about anyone else. as long as you're doing it for good reasons and you keep going, it will be worth it, not just for you, but for all the people around you.
Amazing. 100%. Thank you very much, Kim, and I wish you all the very best with your life and with your inspiring people and helping them to become their own best version. All the very best.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much for listening. Please take a moment to subscribe, rate and review Personal Development Mastery on Apple Podcasts. If you want to know more about me and how I can help you, join my Facebook group Personal Development Mastery. You can either search for it on Facebook or you can simply type bit.ly/PDM group. And until next time, stand out, don't fit in.